Life in the UK test has been created as a free source to help migrants prepare for the British Citizenship test. All life in the UK tests and questions developed by immigration experts. The life in the UK test is a compulsory requirement for most people wanting to apply for naturalisation as a British citizen or permanent residence, also known as indefinite leave to remain, ILR, or settlement. Life in the UK test does not expire and is for life. Please note, don't confuse this with the B1 test, if it applies to you, as that has a 2-year validity, I think. If in doubt, always seek professional advice. The test lasts for 45 minutes, during which time the candidate is required to answer 24 multiple-choice questions. To pass the test, the candidate must receive a grade of 75% or higher, i.e., at least 18 correct answers to the 24 questions. The applicant will be able to apply for ILR 28 days before the completion of 5 years from the date of entry, as you can count the 6-month entry clearance as part of the residence period. Ancestral visas are issued for 5 years from the offset, so applications can apply for ILR 28 days before their visas expire. Life in the UK test 13, question 1. Which flower is associated with Northern Ireland? A. The daffodil. B. The thistle. HBOs. C. The shamrock. D. The rose. The correct answer is C. The flower associated with Northern Ireland is the shamrock. Life in the UK test 13, question 2. The last battle between Britain and France was the Battle of Waterloo. A. True. B. False. The correct answer is A. This statement is true. Life in the UK test 13, question 3. £100 is the highest value note in circulation in the UK. A. True. B. False. The correct answer is B. False. Life in the UK test 13, question 4. Where is the Lake District National Park located? A. Scotland. B. Wales. C. England. D. Northern Ireland. The correct answer is C. Lake District is in England. Life in the UK test 13, question 5. Why is 1928 an important year in women's voting history? A. Women were given the right to vote at the age of 18, the same as men. B. Women were given the right to vote at the age of 25. C. Women were given the right to vote at the age of 30. D. Women were given the right to vote at the age of 21, the same as men. The correct answer is D. Women were given the right to vote at the age of 21, the same as men. Life in the UK test 13, question 6. Which of the following wars took place between 1899 and 1902 in South Africa? A. The 100 Years' War. B. The Boer War. C. The First World War. D. The Crimean War. The correct answer is B. The Boer War. Life in the UK test 13, question 7. Which two of the following policies are not controlled by the devolved administrations? A. Health. B. Education. C. Defense. D. Immigration. Correct answers are C. Defense. D. Immigration. Policy and laws governing defense, foreign affairs, immigration, taxation and social security all remain under central UK government control. However, many other public services, such as education, are controlled by the devolved administrations. Life in the UK test 13, question 8. How old do citizens of the UK The Irish Republic or the Commonwealth have to be to stand for public office? A. 18, B. 21, C. 16, D. 25. The correct answer is A. 18. Most citizens of the UK, the Irish Republic or the Commonwealth aged 18 or over can stand for public office. There are some exceptions, including members of the armed forces, civil servants and people found guilty of certain criminal offences. Life in the UK Test 13, Question 9. How did the government promote policies of free trade during the Victorian Age? A. Abolishing a number of taxes on imported goods. B. Abolishing the exportation of local produce. C. Preventing the importation of cheap raw materials. D. Preventing the importation of cheap grain. The correct answer is A. Abolishing a number of taxes on imported goods. During Victorian times, the government began to promote policies of free trade, abolishing a number of taxes on imported goods. One example of this was the repealing of the Corn Laws in 1846. These had prevented the import of cheap grain. The reforms helped the development of the British industry, because raw materials could now be imported cheaply. Life in the UK Test 13, Question 10. Who was Admiral Nelson? A. One of the tribal leaders who fought against the Romans. B. A British officer in charge of the British Army at the Battle of Waterloo. C. A British general who established the authority of the English Parliament. D. A British officer in charge of the British fleet at the Battle of Trafalgar against the Spanish fleet. The correct answer is D. A British officer in charge of the British fleet at the Battle of Trafalgar against the Spanish fleet. Admiral Nelson was in charge of the British fleet at the Battle of Trafalgar against the Spanish. Life in the UK Test 13, Question 11. During the Middle Ages, who were the serfs? A. Peasants who had a small area of their lord's agricultural land. B. Soldiers who fought at the Battle of Trafalgar. C. Noblemen who formed part of the King's Council of Advisers. D. A group of skilled people from Holland who came to England during the Middle Ages. The correct answer is A. Peasants who had a small area of their lord's agricultural land. Serfs were peasants who had a small area of their lord's land where they could grow food. Life in the UK Test 13. Question 12. Which invention led to the rapid development of the industry in Britain during the 18th and 19th centuries? A. The radar. B. The steam power. C. The jet engine. D. The Turing machine. The correct answer is B. The steam power. The Industrial Revolution was the rapid development of industry in Britain in the 18th and 19th centuries. Britain was the first country to industrialize on a large scale. It happened because of the development of machinery and the use of steam power. Life in the UK Test 13, Question 13. What movement challenged the authority of the Pope? A. The Swinging Sixties. B. The Reformation. C. The Suffragettes. D. The Enlightenment. The correct answer is B. The Reformation. The Reformation was a movement against the authority of the Pope and the ideas and practices of the Roman Catholic Church. Life in the UK Test 13, Question 14. What English king introduced the Domesday Book? A. King Henry V. B. King Henry IV. C. William the Conqueror. D. Harold, the Saxon King of England. Correct answer is C. William the Conqueror. William the Conqueror sent people all over England to draw up lists of all the towns and villages. The people who lived there, who owned the land and what animals they owned were also listed. This was called the Domesday Book. Life in the UK Test 13, question 15. What did the Butler Act introduce in 1944? A. Free primary education in England, Wales and Scotland. B. Free university fees in England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. C. Free primary and secondary education in England, Wales and Scotland. D. Free secondary education in England and Wales. The correct answer is D. Free secondary education in England and Wales. Richard Austin Butler became a Conservative MP in 1923 and held several positions before becoming responsible for education in 1941. In this role, he oversaw the introduction of the Education Act 1944, often called the Butler Act, which introduced free secondary education in England and Wales. Life in the UK Test 13, questions 16. What is the small claims procedure? A. An informal way of helping people to settle minor disputes without spending a lot of time and money using a lawyer. B. A procedure that helps people to make small home insurance claims in certain circumstances. The correct answer is A. An informal way of helping people to settle minor disputes without spending a lot of time and money using a lawyer. The small claims procedure is an informal way of helping people to settle minor disputes without spending a lot of time and money using a lawyer. Life in the UK Test 13, question 17. What building was constructed in Hyde Park to hold the Great Exhibition of 1851? A. The Crystal Palace. B. Buckingham Palace. C. Kensington Palace. D. Apsley House. The correct answer is A. The Crystal Palace. In 1851, the Great Exhibition opened in Hyde Park in the Crystal Palace, a huge building made of steel and glass. Exhibits ranged from huge machines to handmade goods. Life in the UK Test 13, question 18. Who was Florence Nightingale? A. An economist. B. A painter. C. A nurse. D. A poet. The correct answer is C. A nurse. Florence Nightingale was a nurse. She is often regarded as the founder of modern nursing. Life in the UK Test 13. Question 19. World War II started as a result of Germany invading which country? A. France. B. Russia. C. Poland. D. Austria. The correct answer is C. Poland. The Second World War started when Hitler invaded Poland in 1939. Britain and France declared war in order to stop his aggression. Life in the UK Test 13. Question 20. Police complaints can only be made by writing to the Chief Constable of the police force involved. A. True. B. False. The correct answer is B. False. Anyone can make a complaint about the police by going to a police station and writing to the Chief Constable of the police force involved. Complaints can also be made to an independent body, the Independent Police Complaints Commission in England and Wales, the Police Complaints Commissioner for Scotland, or the Police Ombudsman for Northern Ireland. Life in the UK Test 13. Question 21. What happened to Mary, Queen of Scots, after she spent 20 years in prison? A. She became Queen of England. B. She was sent to France. C. She escaped to Denmark. D. She was executed. The correct answer is D. She was executed. Mary was eventually executed, accused of plotting against Elizabeth I. Life in the UK Test 13, question 22. Which of the following lines are from the National Anthem? Choose two options. A. We shall never surrender. B. God save our gracious Queen. C. Send her victorious. D. The darling buds of May. The correct answer, B. God save our gracious Queen. C. send her victorious. The first verse of the National Anthem is, God save our gracious Queen. Long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious. Long to reign over us. God save the Queen. Life in the UK Test 13. Question 23. If you're a dog owner, which two things should your dog's collar have when you go out for a walk? A. The owner's address. B. The owner's name. C. The dog's breed. D. The dog's name. Correct answers are A. The owner's address. B. The owner's name. All dogs in public places must wear a collar showing the name and address of the owner. Life in the UK Test 13. Question 24. What was achieved with the Carta Magna? A. It restricted the king's power. B. It increased the king's power. C. It restricted the rights of the farmers. D. It increased women's power. The correct answer is A. It restricted the king's power. The Magna Carta established the idea that even the king was subject to the law. It protected the rights of the nobility and restricted the king's power to collect taxes or to make and change laws. In future, the king would need to involve his noblemen in decisions. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for more new videos. Please express your opinion in the comments, like and share the videos. Thanks for watching.